Hi, this is Turk, and this is just a short video about Cowboy Bebop. This afternoon, I finally finished the last episodes of it. I can finally say I watched every episode of it. I first started watching Cowboy Bebop back in 2002 or so on Adult Swim, and but never got all of the episodes in. Uh, just I watched. I think I watched roughly half of them at that time. The same with Fooly Cooley, and the last few years I've been trying to catch up on shows like that I never finished, but I still had a place in my heart and liked, and just didn't know how to access that kind of content online until this part of my life, and I can say that Cowboy Bebop will probably be one of my favorite animes will ever watch, along with like Fooly Cooley and Dragon Ball Z. Um, it just the main story, especially with Spike and Vicious and Julia, really tugged at the heartstrings for me. Especially the mid-section part with the um, soldier Gren who was with Vicious in the War on Titan. There was just something with that song, the space line and that backstory that uh, just really resonated with me. And then the Spike's just that love triangle of sorts. You can't call it love triangle with Spike and Julia and Vicious was very interesting. I especially liked in the first episode that this started with, I think episode 5, where we got this brief backstory through imagery of Spike and Vicious being kind of like pals when they were together in the syndicate, and this thing with Julia going on, and it was really confusing, and it made me want to watch more. And then we got this mid-story bit with Gren on that other moon, and it didn't really feel like it played so much into the main story, but it was still impactful, I felt, and I really liked that part the most in the whole series. And then, but the finale with, well, the part with Julia, I felt we had this build-up with Julia for a long time in the series, and then it kind of fell flat at the end. Like, she didn't get enough screen time, but her presence in the series was still impactful, I would say. It's still important. Just wasn't enough of her there as I wanted it to. Uh, and for the other characters of the Bebop, I feel like Ed almost got more screen time and backstory. Well, Valiant faded too, but Ed felt almost like a character that they were trying to make more important in a way, like flesh out to like, as if we needed another reason to like Ed. I think Ed was great because she is so wacky. I like wacky characters like that, and Jet. I like Jet as his character. Just felt like he was the keeping the home fires burning, and that backstory with him at the losing his arm wasn't so. Oh, it wasn't as good as the others, and so I like that bit with him and that girl who was a daughter of that one guy. That felt like something where he wanted to have a kid of his own but never could, and that was his surrogate. And as far as Faye go, she's one of these characters I want to like, but she doesn't. She doesn't. She's too like snooty or snotty, and uh, I don't know. I want to like her, and then she just has this abrasive behavior, which is part of what her being just having this bad luck with men and other people in general, the trust issue. But it's like I would like to see it be shed from her slowly over the course of the series. This is kind of a critique I have where the character quirks in anime and manga don't go away at all. They keep it in there, and it feels like it's something that needs to be. The character should be using that as a hurdle to get past, and not kept there for sometimes comedy's sake or create drama. So I'll take these off. anyways, final thoughts. I really like Cowboy Bebop because it was such a, I guess, random show that had different stuff happening where there wasn't really a direct plot sometimes, but at the same time, Spike's plot was one I wanted more of. I kind of wish there had been another 3-4 episodes to flesh out something, but sometimes more is less, and sometimes it can ruin it. So, uh, I do wish some of the other episodes too had more time to have their plot kind of fleshed out, kind of like how the movie was. That movie, was it Knocking on Heaven's Door? I really liked that movie a lot. I kind of wish some episodes had more time like that, not necessarily a budget, but time period to make things, have some of those extra characters involved more in the plot. Like there was that episode with that trucker lady, sort of. I think that was episode 7, and I wanted more of that. That episode just didn't feel. It felt like it could have been really good if they had done something else. I don't know. I think too much on this, but the series as a whole, I really like it a lot. I guess I love it really. That one and Fooly Cooly are just. There's just something about them that's like. I don't know what to put words into it. But yeah, I've been trying to catch up on shows like that lately so I'd have something to talk about. And I'm trying to find the new Fooly Cooly now I can watch, and I'll see what else is out there. I'm trying to read up on some other manga too. I want to read Black Clover. I started it. Read more of Black Clover and My Hero Academia before I really get into the animes. That's just been my thing to do now. I did that with One Piece. I read all the manga, and now I'm watching some of the anime, so that I can know more about the source material and talk about them, I guess. Anyways, that was just my long rant about Cowboy Bebop and how great it is. Yeah, have a nice evening. Thanks for listening.